What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing some online action once again. Let me know if you want to see more of these types of videos. I really do enjoy just jumping online, racing with you guys, and having a bit of fun. Today we'll be racing around the Mexican Grand Prix circuit, which I feel like I've been racing at just about every other day at this rate, but it was a really good race and I can't wait to showcase you this one. So we'll be starting from the back as the title suggests, and we're just going to see how far up the grid we can muster up. So if you want to see more videos like this, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. We're nearly at 400,000 subscribers, which is absolutely mad, so let's hopefully get there by Christmas if we can. But yeah, this is like a one-shot qualifying lobby. This is not my lobby. I just like completely crashed someone else's, and yeah, just thought I'd have some fun. So I intentionally corner cut and put myself at the back, and yeah, we're gonna see how far up the grid we can get. Not many familiar names in there apart from Kimi Heineken, but we'll see if we can beat the world champion in this race. Nice to see F1 drivers, you know, doing a bit of charity and racing against us normal folk. Away we go for the Mexican Grand Prix. We've got off to an absolutely ballistic start relative to those around us. So to all the haters who say I can't launch an F1 car off the grid, screw you. But we already find ourselves in P10. So 5 positions just off the start before we even get to the braking zone, which is absolutely insane. We've got the Williams who got spun out into my path, so that's not great. We had the 2 McLarens glitching into each other just a little bit up the road, but we somehow managed to come away with P9 as this Red Bull is squeezing me right up against the white lines, which is what you want to see. Max Verstappen eat your heart out. We've got a Ferrari spun out on the inside. Haas and I think a Toro Rosso or something took each other out, and now we're up to P6, trying to go around the outside now of the Red Bull. It's all kicking off on this first lap, and everyone is playing the keeps. I'm just trying to get through unscathed. I have no idea if damage is on, what the corner cutting rules are, anything like that. I'm just trying to play this with a square bat. Or for those, you know, non-cricket fans, trying to play this as cleanly as I possibly can. We get turned in by the Red Bull. We nearly get spun out by the other Red Bull, having to correct nearly twice. Teammates are fighting tooth and nail here. This is almost like Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen of 2018. We all managed to negotiate through without completely dying in this race. And that is the end of the first lap. A very hectic start to this Grand Prix. 10 positions gained. Let's see if we can find a few more for the rest of this race. The leaders are getting away. It looks like a Mercedes 1-2 at this stage. We fly past the Red Bull with relative ease on the straight there. DRS isn't even enabled yet, so the straight line prowess of this car looks pretty good as we get completely smashed into by the Red Bull. Have to take avoiding action at the next chicane in order to not spin out. I don't know, that was really weird. I don't know if he was just going for a really desperate lunge there, but it hasn't really worked out for him too well there. We now finally have a bit of clear air and we can flex the muscles a little bit. We put in a purple middle sector, but that's probably to be expected. Everyone's going to be setting purple laps on the second lap where you come across the line and do a 17.4. I think we can do like a 16, maybe even a 15 if we're good enough, so let's see if we can do that possibly. But yeah, we only have a finite amount of time to get through the field. Only 5 laps in this race, but let's see if it is enough to get through. The Haas looking a little bit slow through the high speed. Corner cutting rules look like they're on strict, so I'll have to watch out for that. I think one more corner cut and I think I'll be getting a penalty, so I'll have to minimize that. The game doesn't like corner cuts in short 5-lap races. The Haas gives us a big squeeze on the run into the stadium section. We're going to try and go around the outside here. The Haas squeezes us completely off the circuit. Illegal overtake. We have to let him go back through. It was only for like a fraction of a second as well that I let him go back through because I was not going to be too gentlemanly in that exchange. We get him straight back, and now we're on the podium here in this Mexican Grand Prix. We've got Kimi Heineken up next, who is well, he's completely backstabbed Alfa Romeo, it seems, and he's moved to the top flight Mercedes AMG F1 team, and now we have a 2-second time penalty, so that's not great for our chances of winning this race. But we overtake Kimi Heineken around the outside. That is some ad placement, if ever I've seen it. Kimi really selling himself out to the top dogs of Formula 1. But hey-ho, you got to do what you got to do to make that bank, I suppose. Now, we've got Court up next, who is the race leader. Let's see if he's got any
time penalties.
They're on old softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 20.2, gaining by 1.6 seconds a lap.
Okay, no time penalties, but we are significantly faster than him. At least we were on the last lap, and this guy had clear air. So let's see if we can win this race. We're going to head on to the last lap of the Grand Prix now. If he can get past him on this DRS straight here, we might be half a chance to win this Grand Prix. We might have to hope that he picks up a time penalty himself on this last lap, but we'll have to wait and see. He's weaving around all over the place. I'm very proud of him because I would do the exact same thing. We saw past him. He's got absolutely no straight line speed. Maybe at this point he's running out of battery. That tends to happen with players, well, just anyone really, whether you have it on automatic deployment or manual deployment. When you get to the end of the Grand Prix, resources are a little bit finite, it seems to be, but we've got a little bit of battery left ourselves. I've been trying to play around with that. I feel like I'm pretty good with the battery management these days. Always making sure I chuck it into low or none through slow speed corners. It's actually sometimes faster to turn off the battery altogether because it gives you better slipstream. Better slipstream, Ben, are you okay? It gives you better traction because you have less power to spin the rear wheels. But anyway, we are putting in the absolute qualifying lap together to try and win this race. The gap is 2.5 seconds now at this stage. We're not going to let the foot off the throttle at this stage because he could easily close that gap back in. But if it stays as it is, we're going to win this Mexican Grand Prix. Pretty much last the first challenge in 5 laps. Thank you very much. That is a 16.2 fast up at the Grand Prix. And that is confirmation we have won this quick little race here in Mexico. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. It was a punchy little race. But if you want to see more stuff like this, let me know down in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you want to get involved in, online lobbies with me, follow me on Twitter. My link will be down in the description, and I'll just tweet out whenever I fancy going on F1 and having a go with you guys. It's been a while since I've done console, so I probably should do that very soon. So stay tuned for that. Career Mode will be back soon, but until then, it's goodbye.
Just